Going to be making a quick little guide here. I've been asked some questions about Weakauras, and I usually use them for PvP, some stuff for rotation, cooldown tracking, stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to teach you how to make two types of Weakauras today. One is just going to be an aura that pops up for a cooldown, or for a buff. And another is going to be a progress Weakaura, which tracks how long that's going to be up for. So you're going to be paying more attention to how long that lasts. Go ahead and hit /WA and enter. If you have Weakauras already, make sure they're not selected. You have an empty screen here. Hit new aura. Nullifying Shroud you can't get from a simple Weakaura. It doesn't pop up, so we have to start with an advanced Weakaura. Hit texture, hit trigger. Under spell selection filters, hit names, and we're going to enter Nullifying Shroud. This would apply to any spell or any Weakaura you want to make. You'd either type in the name of the spell, hit enter or OK. You want to see the icon here. If it's not there, go ahead and Google the spell ID and paste that in, and it should give you the icon. That means you're good to go. If you don't see it, it's not going to work. We're going to go back to display, and we're going to hit this folder. This is all your options. These are your drop downs. We're going to go to Blizzard Alerts, and I'm going to remake my Null Shroud. Hit OK. We're going to rotate it, and we're going to drag it up because I don't want it in my face. It's got to be above my head. I know you could just drag it, but it'd be an OCD. You could change the color of it if you want. You could change it from opaque to glow. To make it glow, actually no, opaque. You really want to see it. If we're making a Null Shroud Weakaura, the whole point is that you see it. So this is pretty much it. I'm gonna hit escape. If you hit Nullifying Shroud, which in our case procs off Verdant Embrace, so if you just cast a spell, there you go, now you see it. So currently, what I showed you, Null Shroud. When I'm in combat, I'll know it's there. Now I know it's not. That's important for getting sapped, stunned. Probably this new Null Shroud buff is going to be hard for a lot of players. I'll tell you what I think Null Shroud is good for right now. The new one especially. It's just Null Shroud into a rogue in arena. As soon as the match starts, probably hover in and then Null Shroud. And if they sap it off immediately, knock them out of stealth. Or if you're not, maybe if your teammate's behind you and you assume that they're gonna go sap them or kidney shot them, maybe you could turn around. Maybe you could just tail swipe. It could hit them behind you. You could even just root behind you. Just root. Though the reason I didn't say root first is that's like a really good ability. Knockback is pretty good to de-stealth if you can land it. If you can't land it, root is way better at de-stealthing. But if you're playing composition like Draco Cleave and you root, your DK can't grip. They can't pull them. So, okay, here's a perfect example: a rogue. So let's see if we can Null Shroud the rogue sap and then de-stealth him. That way we can kind of screw his opener. Maybe the warrior can just storm bolt. So I'm gonna hover dash, Null Shroud, and then I'm gonna try to de-stealth. There we go. Alright, we've got one more game here against a rogue. This time I gotta play better. Just to prove to you, these Weakauras mean something. So, if you're fighting a rogue and you want to do this stealth trick, zoom your camera all the way out, angle it down a little bit, enough to be able to see behind you. You're gonna hover forward to dash in into a verdant embrace on yourself to activate Null Shroud. And then if it gets sapped off, you would throw it behind you. They don't have a healer, so they're not here to play. He wanted me to trinket that so bad. Let's go ahead and make a new one. This one is going to be another spell that you can't find in pre-made auras, so we're going to use advanced. And this one is going to be a progress texture because we want to see how long it's up for. So we're going to hit progress texture, we're going to go to trigger, we're going to type in names. And for this one we actually need a spell ID. Paste that, hit OK, and now we have the icon. I guess that's what it looks like. But that means it's there. And then it put in parentheses recall. We're going to go back to display, hit our boulder. For a progress ability, tracking something with progress, it's going to go from top to bottom. So you're going to want to use things that go from top to bottom where you can visibly easily tell that it's going to run out when it's towards the bottom. If it's something like a circle on the bottom, it's going to be a lot harder to tell how close you are to finishing. When it's almost parallel lines going top to bottom, you can see when it's towards the end. Let's just use this one for, actually, let's use this one. It's probably not the best, but we'll use it. We're gonna name it Recallio. There we go. Hit foreground color, we're gonna change the color of it. We're gonna make it like purple, pink, there we go. This one does have a background color because we use a progress texture through advanced settings, I guess. I think that's how we got it. Not all the time does that pop up, but for example, we don't really want to see the background of that. It's just like in the way. So we're going to hit background color and we're going to drag the opacity all the way down to 0. Hit OK. Now you should see, as it's showing you what the Weakaura looks like, that there is no background anymore. So now that looks good so far, let's go ahead and get this spell. Let's use it and see if it tracks. There I am back there, and bam. So yeah, it does work. It actually overlapped with another one I have. So let's just show the other one I have. This is the one I like. It's bigger. Super huge visual, so you can see it perfectly. Pretty much know by the last second you can teleport back, and that's the whole point. And then yeah, we have our teleporting aura, so that's where we'll be able to teleport to as long as this is up. Actually, we outranged it, but yeah, you would be able to press the teleport button and you would go back there. Let's show you. Have a couple Weakauras here for my monk. At least I have one super special. It's called Teleporter Man. So, just another example of a progress texture, something unique that you could come up with. If you actually have this talent, Escape from Reality, after you Transcendence Transfer, you can use Transcendence Transfer again within 10 seconds, ignoring its cooldown. So, you could still argue 10 seconds, who cares? You know, why track it? But I play Mistweaver in like Arena and Solo Shuffle. So let's just say, you know, you're over here, you're doing your melee, you got your hops on you, and then maybe you get stunned, and then there's a druid who's gonna try to cyclone you after that. Well, now you're teleporting. Maybe let's say you're also low in HP, so you top yourself all the way up, topping up, bam, now you're back. So you can use all 10 seconds of time to get yourself back up to health, or even use those 10 seconds to stay from here, and then cast on your team, put hots up, teleport back, stun, song, who knows, whatever you want. Especially helps with hybrid disweaving. Yeah, it's just another example. If you're interested in this kind of stuff or this video is helpful, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna drop a macro video next and a UI video after that. Thanks for watching.